Well, as Americans celebrated their independence on July 4th, Iranians have their own dream of freedom as well. Public anger is rising and many people have taken to the streets to protest, and it's fueling dreams of a regime change. But some of those protests have been met by violence by Iranian police. Iranian police fired on protesters demonstrating in the streets about salty, muddy drinking water during a severe drought in the country. While Iran's foreign minister downplayed this incident, it follows last week's protest at Tehran's Grand Bazaar, outside Iran's parliament, and in dozens more locations across Iran.
We are now, I believe, very realistic in being able to see an end of the regime in Iran. We can see it.
Mayor Rudy Giuliani cited those demonstrations at the annual meeting of Iran's main opposition group.
They continue to grow and grow with numbers that now threaten to topple the regime. When that happens, then freedom is right around the corner.
Giuliani credited President Trump's decision to pull out of the Iranian nuclear deal and reimpose sanctions for putting enormous pressure on Iran's economy. He noted today's protests were coordinated and that even more economic pressure could soon hit an Iranian economy already in freefall. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu addressed the impact of the sanctions.
In complete contrast to what the international experts said, not only has the reimposition of sanctions not united the Iranian public around the regime, the complete opposite is happening.
Netanyahu's also used social media to speak directly to the Iranian people during the unrest. Michael Oren, Israel's Deputy Minister of Diplomacy, told CBN News Israel is trying to resurrect an historic friendship.
You know, the Iranian and Jewish people have an historic alliance. It goes back 2,500 years. We were never at war with these people. Their government, their regime has been at war with us. Up to 1979, up to the Iranian Revolution, we had excellent relations with the Iranian people. We want to go back to where those relations were in 1979 and to restore what we see as an aberration in our historic friendship.
Despite the growing opposition to the Iranian regime, Oren is cautious about expecting change.
For many years I've been heard about imminent change of governments in Iran. For the last 40 years it hasn't happened. So let's be cautious about it and frankly let's hope.